What's going on, guys? This is future jbDAuchiha here, and I just had to put this in front of my review because I thought of this after I already made the review. The review will be right after I say this right here. But the guy who Meliodas broke his finger, like the guy with the broken fingers on both hands, he has to have it rough. Every single finger is broken. He can't even grab boobs anymore. And also, I mean, what's he going to do when he watches porn? He can't get no action. He can't get any action at all. So I hope he has a good wife at home because he's going to be on his own if not. And I don't even know what he could do. But I thought of that after rewatching that part. Like, what's this guy going to do when he gets home and he wants to read a little, you know, Playboy or something? You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to watch a little hentai or something. But anyway, here's the review. Nanatsu no Taizai Season 2, the real Season 2, is here. And boy, am I hyped for it. And before I start, let me say earlier today and up until maybe about 30 or 40 minutes ago, I could not find episode 1 of Season 2 anywhere. The only thing I could find was the 4-episode OVA episode 1. And thanks to, I believe his name was Ruler Escanor on Twitter, you know, that's a very fitting name because he's the GOAT. He hooked me up with the website that 7 Deadly Sins Season 2, the real Season 2, is actually on. So I appreciated my dude because I have been waiting for so long for this anime to come back. This, My Hero Academia, Tokyo Ghoul, and Attack on Titan are by far my most anticipated anime of this year coming back, and boy, did this episode not disappoint. About a month ago, maybe 2 months now, I rewatched the entire first season of Nanatsu no Taizai and kind of sped through the 4-episode OVA or whatever the heck that little mini season is in preparation for this, because I believe the last time I watched it before then was way when it first came out, like in 2014, and I felt like I needed to brush back up on my 7 Deadly Sins knowledge, so I'm not like, who's this character again? Who's that character again? But man, this episode was, I don't know, it's just an awesome setup, and the ending, I'll talk about the ending in a second. But am I the only one that found it freaking hilarious when Meliodas was blocking all that dude's attacks and broke all of his fingers and he was looking at his hands like, whoa, like every single finger on his hand was effed up in some way. Like, I would have just backed down then, but no, he had to keep going at Meliodas. And the translation that I watched obviously wasn't the best. Like, there were some misspellings and a few sentences that didn't make sense, so I may get some of the new characters' names wrong, I'm sorry, but the guy with like the little small gray mustache and the long gray hair, he seems like he's going to be pretty badass later on, and I don't think he was really shown in Season 1, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember seeing him. But just the setup of how he came up and was like, we have to see the power of the Meliodas, you know, the 7 Deadly Sins that protected the kingdom from demons, and how he just walked off without even showing us what he could do. That just kind of shows me that he's going to be, you know, kind of important to the story. Maybe he's actually a bad guy. I'm not sure, because if you couldn't tell by now, I haven't really read the manga way back in 2014. I skimmed ahead a little bit after the events of the first season, but that was like years ago, like literally like 4 years ago now, so I really don't remember much. But I will say that I cannot wait for Escanor. Those manga readers know what the F I mean by that, and just seeing the slight cameo of Escanor in the opening, which we get at the end of this episode, was amazing. It was like 2 or 3 seconds, but those 2 or 3 seconds of Escanor goodness made me want to grab the nearest bottle of lotion, man. I'm talking, yeah. I wasn't really shocked to find out that Bond was leaving the 7 Deadly Sins to go to, basically, we all know, to Elaine's body, I believe. But I don't exactly remember why or what he's trying to do when he gets there. But I will say that Bond is still my favorite character. I'm not sure if I actually made a top 10 favorite character of 7 Deadly Sins, but he would definitely be #1. I may actually do that now that I'm thinking about it. That'll be a pretty fun video to make. But I'm really interested in seeing where his journey is going to take him. As far as I can tell, King is going to tag along with him. And in the opening, it seems like Jericho is going to pop up at some point. I have no idea what's going to happen next. Like I said, I read a few chapters after the events of season 1 4 years ago, so forgive me if I don't remember many details, but the ending of this episode, the 10 Commandments, and just Meliodas' eyes, how they lit up and that they were like glowing. He looked pissed off. Like, this was obviously something he did not want to happen. And I don't know if this is, well, I'm pretty sure it is intentional. I don't really know the backstory behind the 10 Commandment, but they look like they're all related to Meliodas. Like the girl with the pink hair, the chick with the long blonde hair, she looks just like a twin sister or something. And of course, the main big boss, as far as I can tell anyway, the one that looks exactly like Meliodas, but he has black hair, like a little swoop in the front. He looks like he is going to be a problem. And I really don't remember much about these characters, but I do remember when I read this content way back when, I was excited, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen again, and I can't wait to relive through that excitement. I cannot wait to see what happens when Meliodas hooks up with his old family. I'm just going to say that it's his family. I'm not sure. There's nothing been confirmed just yet, but he looks very similar to them, and he has some of the markings that we've seen in the previous season when he goes into his, like, you know, berserk demon form or whatever. So I'm going to say they're family. And I'm not sure if this is a mistranslation, because like I said, the version that I watched, the translation was not 100% there. Like, it was really spotty at some points, but it said that Meliodas is over 3,000 years old. 3,000 years old. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, tell me if that is correct, but Meliodas is old as shit, so that will make him a pedophile. Really, like, he is 3,000 years old hitting on all these young girls. But I mean, hey, an ancient guy's gotta live. From my understanding, they didn't show exactly why Dreyfus is still alive just yet, and Hendrickson, he was obviously used to open up the gate and release the 10 Commandments. And so I don't know if Dreyfus was actually a part of this all along. He was just pretending to be a good guy. I don't know if it's something that I missed or if it'll be revealed later. But as of right now, I have no idea why Dreyfus is still alive. Like, I remember at the end of season 1, Hendrickson had like some, it was like some bird with like an arm or something flying away, and that kind of brought Hendrickson back. I know why he's still alive, but last I saw Dreyfus, wasn't he like a pile of ashes somewhere? Even in that 4-episode OVA, Dreyfus came back with no explanation as far as I could tell. You know, like I said, I really wasn't paying attention to the 4-episode OVA because I was just ready for season 2. I may have missed something very important, but I have no idea why Dreyfus is alive right now. So if I already missed the reason, you know, they blatantly told us and I just forgot or overlooked it, tell me. But if it has not been shown yet in season 2, let me be surprised. Don't spoil me if, you know, it hasn't come up yet. But if I missed it, go ahead and tell me. But I love this episode for what it was. There wasn't that much action. Of course, we got a little bit of action from Meliodas, reminding us how badass he is, how he just broke off that dude's fingers in like a second. And also the 10 Commandments coming in at the end of the episode, you know, kind of giving us that hype back. But this episode is really just the revival of the 7 Deadly Sins hype for me, and it's obviously a set-up episode. So I can't wait to see what the next episodes are going to bring, exactly what's going on with Bond, what does he plan to do when he gets to Elaine, and what is the relationship between Meliodas and these 10 Commandments. Like, I really have no idea. But tell me what you guys think down below. I'm so happy this anime is back. I can't wait for Academia to come back as well, and Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan. Man, this is going to be a great year for anime. And those are just some of the ones that are coming back. That's not including some of the new epic animes that are going to come out this year. This is going to be a really good year for anime. Tell me what you guys thought. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.